thought this is the best program for me personally to develop my game, and the reputation out here is amazing for especially for the players who's gone professional. So that's why we just started talking, and then I visited with my dad out here, and we both really liked it. Especially the facility out here is amazing. You don't really have it in any other places. And then I decided to come here, and it was a great choice.
Congratulations. How are you feeling after your win at West Virginia?
It was really nice playing my first win in college. I've been looking for it for a long time, 2.5 years already. But so it was kind of interesting because we added the tournament just a couple of weeks ago because we didn't play in North Carolina. The tournament got canceled because of weather. So it was kind of backdoor. We just got in, and then we were able to play and got my first win. So that was nice. And it was really interesting at the end because the conditions were pretty tough and the field was kind of spreading out. But I heard I played with Rasmus, and I heard some guys were trying to catch up. Bo Jim played really good last round, so just try to I played really good and just try to keep playing consistent golf throughout the day, and finally got it done. That was nice.
Your first win in college. That's exciting.
It is.
Step. At what point yesterday did you realize I might actually get this W?
Yeah, so I mean, we were supposed to play 36 holes the first day, but we didn't finish because of the darkness. So we played 30 holes only, and then I had to finish my last 6 holes in the second day. And I knew I was leading after the first day, and I had to finish the other holes, and then didn't play very good in the start. And I kind of knew I was still in the mix, but so I kind of had a refresh in the third round, and just trying to make a bunch of birdies and hit as many good shots as I can. And then on the back nine, started with birdie, 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 which was really helpful and kind of took some pressure off. And then, but I really I kind of felt nervous a little bit going through the stretch because the hardest holes were coming down the stretch, and the wind picked up, so it was pretty hard to predict the ball and ball shaping. But finally got it done. That was really good.
You said the conditions were a little tough this week in West Virginia. Do you get to see the course beforehand, or are you figuring it out as you get to each hole?
So before tournaments, you always play one practice round, so you can play the entire course and see how the holes are gonna play. But so when we played the practice round, it was amazing weather. It was not that much wind, and we had 80 degrees, so everybody's playing loose and stuff. And then first day, the high was 50, 55 maybe, and the wind started blowing, so you had to adjust your strategy. Before you play the tournament, you get your pin sheets and where the hole locations are, and okay, on this hole, what you want to do ahead of it, and you kind of have to adjust even in the round. Okay, these conditions, maybe it's colder, maybe the wind has changed throughout the day, and then the hole location's a little different. Maybe you're not playing as good, so you have to adjust throughout the day. So that was interesting.
What does getting your first win in college do for your confidence for the rest of the year?
I think that was a big confidence boost for me, especially right before the postseason. We got Big 12s coming up next Monday, I think. We're leaving on Saturday, so that felt really good. Heading there with a win and just trying to play the same game I just played this week, and trying to keep the momentum up, and we had our first team win for this year, so it's most important to win with the team, and that'll be nice to beat the other guys in our conference.
Your team looks a little bit different this spring than you guys thought it would look. Back in the fall, lost a couple players. How have you all adjusted to having this different team than expected?
I think every player has evolved their game for sure from the beginning of the season to now. I feel like everybody's playing better. We had started not as good. We had some bad finish at the beginning in the fall, but every tournament in the spring we played better and better. Finn had better finishes, and I think we kind of got better as a group, getting more on the rhythm, playing more tournaments, and we're trying to figure out how to compete again. And it was interesting to see that like two guys who were good players and were probably playing in the lineup just left the team. So the other, like most of the other guys had like, okay, got a chance to play and play throughout the season. So everybody started working, like kept working hard and had their chance to play, and everybody's just pushing each other to play their best and trying to get some wins in throughout at the end of season now.
When did you first get into the sport of golf?
So my dad started playing golf actually when I was born. And then he kind of took me out to the course for like when I was younger, like 4 or 5 years old. We lived in London for a couple of years, so I just like hit some shots there. And then we moved back to Germany when I was like 5 years old. And then I quit playing for a year for no reason, basically, I don't know why. And then like there was a new coach in my home club right now, and he kind of got me back into it, like let me practice with the older guys. And then I kind of developed a passion for it and started playing pretty good. Played some tournaments, and I really loved the game, really enjoyed it, and then kind of fell in love in the game.
When did you realize that you could have a future in this sport?
I feel like it was like around like when I was 11, 12 years old. Like we had under 14 championships in Germany, so the national championship, and I competed. Like I was the youngest guy playing out there, and I played pretty good. And I thought, okay, I really enjoyed this like kind of tournaments, playing against other players, and just seeing where I can play, like what my results are gonna be. And it's kind of like step by step every year, started playing better, and then I had the plan like since I was like 13, 14, just turn pro after, and then try to play with the big guys.
So ever since you were 13, you have had the dreams of going pro.
Yeah.
How did you end up here at Oklahoma State from Germany?
So I played a couple international tournaments. Then I think Coach Bratton was out at the European Team Championship, which was held in Paris, France. A bunch of the college coaches were out there, and so we started talking after the tournament. I played pretty good that week, and I came out for a visit to 3 colleges and out here in August 2019, and I really enjoyed it. I thought this is the best program for me personally to develop my game, and the reputation out here is amazing for especially for the players who's gone professional. So that's why we just started talking, and then I visited with my dad out here, and we both really liked it. Especially the facility out here is amazing. You don't really have it in any other places. And then I decided to come here, and it was a great choice.
What did you know about Oklahoma and Stillwater before coming out here in 2019?
To be honest, I didn't know anything. So we flew in here. I think I flew in from Texas, and then also we flew into Oklahoma City, and we drove from Oklahoma City up here and could not see anything. We were driving left and right, only see fields and couldn't see anything. I was like, where we go? And then finally got into Stillwater, and there's a city here, and I mean it's a pretty small city compared to the other ones from where I'm from back home. I live in a bunch of big cities, and it's just a different environment out here. But I didn't really know much about this place, but kind of grown on me, like the Cowboy style. It's kind of funny. The country style was nice.
Had you been to the United States before coming in 2019?
Yeah, I've been once. I've been with my family. We went to Florida just for a vacation, and then I played a tournament in, I think, South Carolina a couple years after in 2017. But they were the only 2 times I've been out here. And then, yeah, my visits out here were my 3rd time actually coming to the US.
Were you expecting things to sort of be similar to Florida or South Carolina in Oklahoma?
I didn't really know. I didn't really have any expectations. I didn't really hear anything about Oklahoma. Just I was pretty excited to come here and just see how the environment is. But it was super different. But the people out here were super nice. Comparing them back home or going to Florida, I felt like the people were it was almost like family already. Trying to introducing them to the life out here, and I think that was the biggest part, which kind of involved me in this in this state.
Your freshman year started in 2020. You moved to Oklahoma mid-pandemic. What were the challenges of starting college in a new country while Oklahoma was not running as it normally would, or Oklahoma State was not running as it normally would?
I think the biggest challenge I had was probably like connecting to other people. Like usually, especially out here, like the student athletes, there are some events, so you kind of like get to know people. But my first semester, our coaches told us like we should isolate ourselves from other people because we still play competitive. We had a couple tournaments that semester, and we couldn't really talk to other people because we couldn't get in contact. Even a contact trace. I didn't never had COVID, but I had contact trace mid of the semester, so I had to stay in the dorm for 14 days, which was crazy actually. Like never had that experience before, and so the biggest challenge was just like to meet new people, especially coming from abroad. Like I didn't know anybody, and so socializing was the biggest part. And then, but that changed quickly from like the second semester. Kind of like everything opened up a little bit. It was different from back home because back home I think they still closed everything for like another like 1.5 years. They opened just I think end of 2022. So it was good to be out here and play and have a basically normal life, I would say.
What did your parents say, or how did they feel about you coming here mid-pandemic with circumstances different than they were when you visited in 2019?
I think just my parents supported it a lot because it was not like nothing I could do back home. Everything like tournament after high school, I didn't ever have a place to practice because the course was shut down. Tournaments were canceled every year, and it was the best spot to be actually in the world, I think, for me to just practice out here, have some tournaments, and then get my college career starting.
COVID aside, what are the challenges of being an international student athlete?
I think at the beginning, it's like communicating with other people, like language barrier. Sometimes, I mean, even if your English is pretty good, sometimes you like have a hard time understanding other people, or other people have a hard time understanding you, and you have to like kind of adjust to that. So that was my biggest challenge because I also mumble a little bit, so people have a hard time understanding me in Germany, so it's even harder in English. And otherwise, I would say it's difficult because, especially as a freshman, you're like, it's first time living by yourself, and your parents are so far away, so you can't like, oh, just give them a call, or maybe they can like come over and help me here. Like, how am I supposed to do this in the house and stuff? And I have a 7-hour time difference, so if I have any problems at night, like can't really call at home because my parents are sleeping. So I would say like the connection back home sometimes to support those kind of missing, but that's the biggest challenge.
Do you have siblings?
I have two sisters, one older sister and one younger sister, but we're all really close. My older sister is only like 14 months older than me, and my younger sister is 20 months younger than me.
How did they feel about you moving to a new country to pursue your golf dreams?
They supported me as well so much. I mean, I really appreciate that. And of course, they were sad that I'm gone for so long, but they just wanted the best for me. And my older sister, she also studies in the Netherlands, so she's traveling a lot as well, back and forth, not much at home. So it's a little hard for my younger sister because we're both gone for such a long time, and it's different than because we grew up for 18 years and like we saw each other every day, and suddenly you're gone for a couple months. But they have been great.
Is your younger sister still in high school?
She just finished high school. She's in college now, but she still lives back home. She went to college like back home.
Has your family been able to come out here and see you?
My dad has been out here once after pandemic. I think last year around this time in April, he came out here to just see this again. He was out here for the visit, and he came to watch me at the Arizona State event last year, so that was really nice. My mother and my sisters haven't had a chance to come out here, but they're planning on coming this semester, or at least for graduation, to just see where I'm living right now and how it looks out here in Oklahoma.
They're supposed to come this semester?
Next semester.
Oh, next semester. I was like, this semester's almost over. They're not going to have time.
In the fall, yeah, coming in the fall.
Do you get to go home in the summers?
I'm probably going to go home in the summers, yeah. I haven't really figured out my schedule yet for this summer, but I'm probably going to play a little mix events, playing in Europe, playing in the US, but I want to go back in after nationals and stay there for a couple months, just see my friends and family, practice with my coach a little bit, and then probably come back a little early for the next semester and play out here some tournaments.
How do you think you've evolved as a golfer from freshman year to now?
I think the biggest part for me was adjusting to the courses in the US, because it's so different playing back in Germany. The courses are different. Out here, it depends on what state you're in, like the conditions, like grass and wind, everything else is kind of different. Back home, every course is similar, and it's just way tougher out here playing the courses and playing against more competitive players. So that really helped to compare myself with other guys and see, okay, I can learn from them, and I can see what part of my games, like what are the weaknesses, what do I have to improve to beat them at the end. And I think the biggest part was like playing against better players, and then the coaches also really helped me and to identify like what are my weaknesses at and what are the best way to improve them.
What golfer at the professional level, if there is one, do you think your game is most comparable to?
I never really thought about that actually, but I would say, so my favorite player is Rory McIlroy. I like play like him, but my game, I would say a little bit like Brooks Koepka. I've been compared to him a little bit because we were like kind of the balls like same ball shape and kind of like walk around the course similar, like with similar attitude. But otherwise, I never really thought about that. I would say Brooks Koepka though.
Rory's your favorite golfer. Who are the golfers that you looked up to as a kid?
So Rory was the first one because I watched him 2011 US Open when he won the tournament by a couple strokes, and I was like so fascinated like how he played, and since that day he was my favorite player, and he's like even grown on me like ever since. But Rory and Tiger Woods, obviously, he's shaped this generation for golf and just put the golf level to another level. And like I feel like Tiger Woods has gotten more people into golf, so that's why those two guys are probably my most favorite ones.
Didn't say Ricky or Victor.
Yeah,
Fellow Cowboys.
Those are probably my favorite ones from growing up. I mean, I'll play with. We're still playing with Victor out here, which is like Victor is like one of the nicest guys I ever met. He's super chill. It's great to play with him. But Ricky was pretty. I didn't even know that Ricky went to Oklahoma State, because when I was younger, I didn't even think about college. I didn't know much about the different universities, and I was always like wondering why is he wearing orange on Sundays, like so bright. But then I figured it out coming here. But yeah, those guys. Ricky was out here once. We played with him. He was an amazing guy. So, but the other two guys are probably like my favorite players from growing up when I was younger.
Talked about not knowing much about college in the United States growing up. What made you want to come to school here as opposed to staying somewhere in Europe?
So I heard from like a couple of older guys in Germany who went to the US. They just told me that like the programs out here are great. Like having a degree and playing competitive playing golf at the same time is just a great combination. And people are looking out for you, trying to support you and push you to the next level to go professional. And I thought this is the best way. Like usually the German way is just turning pro after the high school and just trying your way on the European schedule, playing those European tours, different stages. And I thought this is the better way, so I have more time to develop my game, have a degree at the end, and then I'm more mature after those 4 years of college, and then I can turn pro after. Others thought that's the best way to do it.
What's your degree in?
I'm doing business management.
In the unlikely event that golf were not to work out, what would you want to do with your business management degree?
I haven't really thought about that actually, because golf was always my number one plan. Like didn't really have a plan B. I was like, having a degree is pretty good, but business management, I thought it's like pretty generalized and you can use it in a lot of different terms. But I don't have like a specific job where I really want to go in. I really want to stay with connected with sports. So even if in a management stage, I want to do something with maybe other athletes or something like that.
You've had the dream of turning pro since you were 13 years old. How hard is it to actually become a professional golfer?
I think the older you get, you always have like up and downs. Like playing golf, it's such a hard sport. Sometimes if you play good, you think you're one of the best players in the world. If you play bad, you think you can never come back. So kind of those up and downs sometimes it's hard to come down. Like it's hard to come back when you have like a bad stretch for like a couple of weeks or a couple of months, and you're thinking, okay, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe what am I supposed to do to play better? And I think just like having like same strategy all year, like working on the same stuff, okay, this is gonna work out, and then see if it helps, and just trying to like compete out there and playing your game. I think it's really important to know yourself and what your strengths are, character-wise. Like doesn't only have to be your talent, like your skills, but also your attitude and how you have to handle your own emotions yourself. And I think that those both parts are, so golf skills and your own skills are both have to be really good to become a professional.
Where is the coolest place that golf has taken you?
I would say Augusta. So we played last 2 years. We played an event out there in Augusta, which was really cool. But we played some other courses before, which was super nice. And then after the tournaments, we had a chance to go to the Augusta National practice round, so to the Masters. Just see it out there. Like the scenery out there is amazing. Just see the top players playing out there. And this type of golf is pretty similar to what I'm familiar with back home, like the course shapes and everything. So this is probably my favorite part of it.
What course would you absolutely just love to play?
The one I've never played before, I want to play is Pebble Beach. We had last 2 years, last year we had a tournament there. Unfortunately, I didn't qualify for that event. That was my sophomore year, but I really want to go out there. Everybody says it's unbelievable. I just want to experience playing out there one time.
Have you played St. Andrews?
I was out there once, but I've never played it actually.
That's one course I really want to.
I mean,
I don't play golf,
yeah.
But I would love to go and visit St. Andrews.
Yeah, the home of golf. I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, but I'll take Pebble Beach over St. Andrews.
That's fair. What's your favorite golf event to watch?
I think I would say the Masters. I mean, the Masters were like 2-3 weeks ago. What was it, like 2 weeks ago? And it was pretty nice that the Masters, they have their own app, and you can just like follow the players on the app, and we're just playing out here, playing by ourselves, but always had our phones on, watching like the future groups or like the aiming corner and looking. I think it's the best one to watch. All the 4 majors basically are great because it's the biggest events in golf, but I think Masters is just a little better to watch. Everybody's so excited to be out there.
How do you think you'd feel if you ever had the opportunity to play in the Masters?
I'll be really excited and probably really nervous playing there, staying on the first tee. But I mean, I'll be so grateful to just play out there and see how it is, how I can compete myself. And like if you're playing there, you're one of the best players in the world, so it'll be amazing. And the crowd out there, like even in the practice round on Monday, there's so many people are out there watching and cheering, and that'll be an amazing experience.
Do you have any superstitions when you're out on the course, like before a putt, before you tee off?
Yeah, I've like some of them like come and go. Like I have a tendency, like if I play really good, I'm not really changing like anything. Like sometimes it's like, even if, like say you start in the morning, you have like a hoodie on, and it's cause like it starts getting warmer, but I'm playing really good with a hoodie. I'm not even taking the hoodie off. Stuff like that. It kind of like changes like back and forth, but I kind of like have like my own markings on the golf ball. So I was like have a line on it, one dot on the right and one dot on the left, and I've been doing it for a couple of months now, and haven't changed. And but my switch is like they just come and go. Sometimes like if I do something really good, I'll just keep going. If I do something really bad, I'll just start trying to mix up things as soon as possible.
Change everything.
Change everything, just got a different mindset or just a different mojo in it.
Big 12s are coming up. National championship is coming up. What would be your ideal ending to this season?
Would be amazing to like maybe get another victory, like individually, another victory in one of those next 3 events in the postseason, because you know you're playing against one of the best players. I mean, nationals you're playing against the best players, but even our conference is one of the strongest fields, and I think just competing with a team and then winning at the team. I haven't experienced yet winning a national championship. Last 2 years we've been pretty close, lost in the semifinals and quarterfinals, but out there the atmosphere is so good, and just like playing as a team is even makes it a little sweeter than playing like or winning individually, because everybody's just so excited. And I think just winning the national championship at the end with the team would be the best ending for the year.
You have 1 season left after this season. How are you going to enter senior year? What will be your goals with the whole season ahead of you?
I think as a senior, it's all about like still like winning tournaments, and for me, so the PGA Tour University, what we talked about earlier, is important for me that year, because the junior year and the senior year is both like all your results are like combining your like rankings, and so I have to have a look at that, and I'm trying to like get up the rankings there and get status after I turn professional. So because I want to play out in the US if possible, and then getting status on a Confederate Tour or PGA Tour would be great head start after college. So I'm just trying to like play my game, just trying to become better as a player on all aspects of the game, and see what we got at the end. But just trying to keep working and play as well as I can.